Hey there guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Golden Sun: The Lost Age. So in the last episode, we rode on an island ship, and we got here to the Kandarian Temple. Yeah, I would say so. Kraden, let us use Whirlwind on it. The craziest of puzzles. Actually, let's set Whirlwind. You can set synergy, they're called field synergy, that you can use outside of battle. A lot of synergy can only be used inside of battle, like Fume, which is like the dragon fire spell I was using with Jenna. However, any field synergy, for instance, Whirlwind that we just used there, or Move, which is another synergy you can use to manipulate the world, that can be set to triggers. So in fact, I'm going to set Move to the left trigger right now. Just as a quick access for solving puzzles, so you don't have to dig into your menus every single time. Hello, meditationary months. Also, I can't unlock the door. I guess we're stuck, unless we want to go back out that way. Oh, okay. Well, forgive me for assuming you were meditating then, because that's totally what I said you were doing. Okay. These people are kind of weird. Let's go inside. They're just, like, not even doing anything. They're just chilling outside. Hey, he's floating. And tipping over. No, you didn't see it? He just admitted that, no, I was not even watching you. What are you talking about? Hey, that guy's better. Way better. He's a little wobbly. I mean, he had a kinda tough landing. But hey, Master was like, oh yeah, dog, you'll be okay. Give it some time, everything will work out. Oh, we have Wobble McWobble, but his floating is way better. What are we talking about trying here? Oh, I'm sure he'll be fine. Did you see how he floated? And yeah, he doesn't fear death anyway. It'll all be okay. Oh, and Master's all of a sudden just like, okay, well if you don't fear death, go ahead. Because now he's not responsible. He's not responsible for anything that happens to you now, because you said it was all okay. So, you two, you suck. However, we don't have anything better to do. So why don't we go in here? This is like pretty much the first dungeon of the game. I'll actually come over here and show this off. Earthquake ought to work just fine. Wow, I'm a little quick with my trigger finger here. I was getting all the menu options wrong, so I was just acting a little too quickly. Both those giant bats are weak to wind, and then the angle rat is weak to fire, as we found out. And we have a treasure chest up here, but not all treasure chests contain items. Some treasure chests are indeed mimics. Ooh, our Jin is ready to summon. So, okay, here's a quick rundown of the Jin system. So Jin are little things you can use in battle. For instance, if I'm going to just set the Jin here really quick, which is when the Jin has not yet been used. So this is the Jin in like its base state. We can use Echo on the Mimic, and I'll just defend with these two again. And we unleash Echo, we do an attack or some other sort of effect. There will be other Jin that restore HP or status effects, stuff like that. Now the Jin is ready to summon. We can't use it again until we set it, or until we summon it. We can use the Jin, not in and of itself as a... For instance, Echo will always attack the same way when we use him. However, when we summon any Venus Jin, they'll all work the same way as that summon, if that made sense. It's a little hard to explain, but I trust that with a bit more time, and as you can see more of how the system works, it will make more sense. So I wasn't even paying attention. He's weak to fire? Okay. Well, I'm probably a little bit behind then for all my Jin explaining. However, you might have seen, I didn't explain it because I'm dumb. Last time his name was Yellow Echo here and it had a 1 next to it. After you summon him, Jin go on recovery, and they can't be used until they fully recovered. So it takes one turn, and every turn, one Jin from each character will come off of recovery. So if, let's say Felix had 2 Venus Jin with him, the first turn, one would come off recovery, and then the second turn, the other would come off recovery, and then I could use them both, and start using them and getting them ready to summon. And there are tons of summons out there. There's not just like one Venus Shin, and that's the only summon. I can summon up. I think there's a summon that probably takes 12 Jin at a time. I mean, it gets pretty crazy. So definitely be excited to see some of those, because a lot of them are really cool and can be kind of hard to acquire. So get ready for post-games type dungeon stuff. I'm getting way ahead of myself, though. Also, as a note to people who are watching this in real time, hey there, Mercury Ginny, we can't get you right now. For people who are watching this in real time, like as it gets uploaded, I'm sorry I've been gone for so long. I contracted quite the cold, and my voice has been out of commission for quite some time. Hopefully you can't hear it in my voice anymore. I've definitely been trying to take it easy, but it did a number on my voice. However, I'm very excited to get back to recording this. I feel like I just started this, which of course I did just start this series. Oh. Poor guy. It looks like he slipped off of one of these poles and fell and hurt himself. But at least he's not dead. But yeah, I just started the series and then I got sick. It's like, really? Right now of all times, you couldn't have hit me 3 days earlier, so I wouldn't have uploaded anything, and it would have been like, oh, yeah, he's just in between LPs right now. It's not like, oh, he didn't forget about us. He's just ramping up the next big thing. But no, it was like, oh, yeah, you just started a thing? How about you take this? And boy, did I take that. However, we're going along here in our dungeon. You'll see a lot of puzzles like this, where it's just jumping puzzles. That is a very common pastime of the Golden Sun games to have jumping puzzles, and all of their dungeons. It's a really nice. This game is a very nice combination of puzzles mixed with RPG combat. So I mean, Final Fantasy, there are puzzles, but they're not really the forefront. I mean, when I think of Golden Sun, some of the puzzles are some of the first things to come to mind. Especially, there will be some dungeons in some areas that we hit later that are like, really, right now? Every time I think about them, or every time I do them, I have to look up a guide. Just to, it's like, I've figured this out so many times, but I can never remember how it works. I will have to look at a guide. I don't know, maybe I'll... I'm not sure if I'll look at a guide for this LP. Probably. In fact, I've played this game recently enough, I probably remember how the puzzles work. But it's all done BK. So that's how that little thing works. We just tread our way up the river. It's a little slow going, but it works. Also, these battles, I should probably start running from these. It's not like I'm really getting much experience for this. I am getting some, but, I mean, 12? However, Jenna, she leveled up and she got Flare Wall, which is the next level of the Flare... Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to open my menu. Status, Jenna, Synergy. There we go. So, Flaring Flames and Searing Flames costs a little more PP, and it does a bit more damage, but it's the same range. Oh, I did that again. That's probably going to happen a lot. I generally bind that button to a menu when I'm playing other games. You'll see on the right-hand side, I'm actually pointing at it on my screen for no reason to anybody, but the thing to the right of the red icon, which is the Mars star, which determines what type of synergy it is the range. So Fume only hits one person, where both these hit one person and the person on either side of that person as well. So let's see, I think I want to do it this way first. Got our nice little puzzle here. Pushing this thing is kind of like Zelda, and then we can use our move synergy, show that off. Push it right on there, and they were both only going up halfway, but now that I've blocked one of them, the water pressure on this one is doubled. We can get up all the way and get ourselves a treasure chest, which is the Mysterious Card, which is a new type of item that wasn't in Golden Sun 1. It's a class-changing item. So when you equip the Mysterious Card, depending on your formation of Jin, your character will take different classes. For instance, right now Felix is a Squire, Jenna's a Flame User, and Shiba's a Windseer. However, if I was to, let's give the Mysterious Card to Shiba, and then equip it. Now Shiba, instead of a Windseer, is a Pirate, I'm gonna guess is how that's pronounced. And her synergy has also significantly changed. She's a Wind User. However, now she has Juggle as well. It's a class that can only be achieved through getting the mysterious card. And there's a few of those items in this game that we'll be running into throughout the game. And don't miss them, because some of them are really, really useful. It's a really nice way to get certain synergy onto a person without having to try to figure out which class has which synergy. Also, oops. There we go. Okay. So I know this is a little slow going here, but unfortunately, that's just the way the game works. Pushing pillars is one of my least favorite things to do in Golden Sun, just because of how much time it takes. But I mean, that's not exclusive to Golden Sun either. Zelda is a perfect example of pillar pushing and block pushing just being no fun at all for anybody involved. So we have these ropes that we can walk across. You might have seen in some spots some ropes that were not tied up to anything. They were just kind of chilling there. Well, these ones are all tied up all nice for us to use. Push that. Man, this is just no fun at all. However, that water there is getting in the way of the rope. So we need to push this in front of it so that we can walk across the rope safely. If we didn't do that, the rope would be... we would get over here and we would hit the water, and it would throw us right off the side of the rope, and we'd have to make our way back up here. Luckily, they don't make it too hard. They give you a nice little handy-dandy staircase. But still, it's not something you should be excited for. Alright. So, cut that one out. And here, this one took me a long time as a kid, because I didn't realize that you could jump across this. Because you can actually get down below where this is. There's a ladder up there where you can get down to right down there. And I could not figure out how to make it through here for the life of me, for the longest time. Every time I make it through there. Man, this game is just filled with memories for me. Because every time I pass that, I always think about how frustrating it was that I couldn't figure it out, and how dumb I felt when I finally figured it out. Mercury Jin, we will have to come back for you, because right now you're just a little bit out of our reach. However, we've almost finished with this dungeon, actually. There's that staircase that we could see earlier, but we couldn't actually make it to. Wild Wolf, you can just take it. Take it from our swords. You're easy to kill. Okay, you're done. And right here, we have a sign that says, "Yo, dog, there's boiling water." I guess, like, the people that normally make it through here have to, like, push this thing aside with their hands or something so that they feel no pain so they don't get burned? Maybe? We just use move and don't even worry about it. And here we have basically the first boss, the chest beaters. So these guys are weak to fire, which is why I equipped Sheba with the mysterious card to give her Juggle. Because otherwise she would be doing only, like, normal damage. This way she can actually do, like, super powerful damage. You can see we're doing 40 and 50 damage to each of them, as opposed to 13, 17, and 13 for what is standard damage. And that's how much Sheba would be doing otherwise. So we can get this battle done a lot easier. Also, you're not allowed to heal up. What are you? What is this? Okay, take out you. Flame Wall. Juggle. That should do a good number on them. Maybe not a good enough number, though. Oh, we killed the one in the middle. And Felix. So there you see, I had targeted Chestbeater 3 with Echo, and then Chestbeater 3 died. The game will never retarget your attack. If the target you are choosing dies, you will just defend instead. So be sure to choose your targets accordingly. I actually thought they used an herb on Chestbeater 3. I wasn't paying enough attention. So I just took a gamble on that and lost. But luckily, in these early stages, it's really not that big of a deal. So we get a free ladder. However, Sheba learned a new ability, which is Avoid. Oh, she doesn't have any PP right now. But it's basically like a Repel from Pokemon. It just makes you encounter fewer monsters. And it's super handy, especially if you're ever backtracking through a whole bunch of weak monster areas, because weak monsters will still appear just as often. Oh, well, thank you, but you are not my teacher. Well, I'm Felix, and this is Jenna, and that guy's Kraden. Oh, you know, just we used our synergy, and... Kraden, you weren't even a part of that. What do you know about anything? Yeah, and that's not even the door we came through. I don't know if you noticed that we came through the back door there? Yeah, the one that came from the cave? Where there was the... Sorry, I killed your gorillas. But it was their fault? Oh, Kraden, you know his name. Is it just because he's old, so all old people know each other? Does he seem perturbed? I don't think so. Then again, I mean, what do I know? But I don't think so. Oh, well, we're the best around. What can I say? It's a sacred power. That sounds a bit like synergy to me. Okay, yeah, any synergy that makes me more powerful would be best. Okay. Yes, I actually mentioned that not a minute ago, Kraden. Were you not really paying attention? Yeah, that sounds like synergy, using spiritual or synergical to affect the physical. This line right here, one with a strong spirit can lift and move heavy objects farther. I always thought, like, as we got more powerful, we'd be able to either lift crazier things or lift ropes farther than you could before, or, like, for instance, say in Dahlia, there was a rope, and it connected to a thing that was, like, all the way up high or something. When I was younger, I thought, like, oh, I'll come back to, like, level 80, and I'll be able to do that finally, because my power just isn't enough right now. And it doesn't have anything like that at all in the game. It just seems like an idea that they were going to do, and then they just kind of left it out, or it was just never fully implemented, which of course happens a lot in video games. But regardless, it just seems like such a cool idea, and we didn't get it at all. Yet that one piece of dialogue that makes it seem like it was supposed to be there remains. So we get the Lash Pebble, which is... Do we have any synergy items so far? I mean, Mysterious Card changes your class. There will be plenty of items that we receive that also give you synergy. No, I guess I don't have any so far. Well, this is our first one. So let's give it to Jenna, because I already have Whirlwind on Sheba and Move with him. And now if I set it to R, we learned Lash, and we can now do stuff with ropes. So next time on Let's Play Golden Sun The Lost Age, we will go into the cave, we'll get that Mercury Genie, and we will move on with our lives. So until then, thank you guys so very much for watching this, and I hope you're having a fantastic day.